Good evening and welcome to our post-game men's volleyball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Ellen Knipe, and then we'll open it up to questions for coach along with players Simon Torwey, Mason Briggs, and Nathan Harlan.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Lewis. I thought they played a really nice match and played hard from the opening bell, which is a product of Dan and what he does in his gym and the talent that they have in their gym. So congratulations to them. I thought we played a really nice first set, and I thought we played a really miserable first half of the second set. And I thought we were good in a lot of areas from the middle of the second set, even though we didn't get that set the rest of the match. But, you guys have heard me say this after every match that we're going to use some guys, and we used some guys tonight. And I thought, obviously, Simon had just a huge night at the net, offensively and defensively, and served great for us. That was huge. And then I thought Nathan coming in just was really big. We needed some energy at that point. He did a nice job passing. He hit his serve. He killed his ball. He did a lot of good things. I thought Skylar had a great night. And then I just think that Clark and Aiden did a lot of good things, but I think those were the pieces that kind of stood out. And then Dieris came in for the fourth set, and I think he jumped like 52 inches to kill that ball, but just like a pent-up horse trying to get out of the pin. So maybe that was a message to me that he should be out there more. I don't really know, but that looked really good to me. I was excited for him to see that because he played well when he got a chance the last couple of weeks. He's been playing well in practice. And I'm just proud of the guys because it was a little bit a hectic match at times and kind of a weird pace. And there was some challenges and some weird calls that there was some discussions about that just didn't have that normal feel to it. And part of it was a lot of credit to Lewis because we've outblocked most of the teams we played all year long, and they outblocked us tonight. So that we had to find ways to do it from the end line and our digs and get a create and then get a convert. So I just think that beginning of that second set, we had 10 hitting errors in the second set and only 10 kills. So we hit 0. And that was the reason. And we did a good job fighting to get back in and made it close and obviously into a 26-24. But it is what it is. You're going to lose some sets to good teams. It's about responding, and not only responding, how quickly you respond. And we responded nicely and quickly.
Questions?
Mason, obviously you're a team first guy. Obviously the win is mostly nice, but you surpassing 800 digs and moving 5th all time in digs at Long Beach State men's volleyball. What's that feeling like for you, knowing that you've made history?
Good question. I haven't really felt it or thought about it yet, other than walking up with Coach Knipe saying that was a pretty big deal. He mentioned to be in the top 5 or even top 10 in anything in Long Beach history, with this program is awesome. So a tribute to those that have, been in the top 5, top 10, whatever, and just keep working.
Yeah, let me say something on that, because we don't talk about these things very often. So I'll give you my one comment on these. It is a big deal. This program has based itself for 40 years on defense wins, and so if you look at our record book and you look at the guys that he joins that group with, that's a very special group. So congratulations, well deserved.
For Nathan, you being inserted into the lineup basically full time, full rotation from the third set on. How much was it? Is it practice? Is it the matches you start? What prepares you to be able to come off the bench like that and be able to contribute? I'll
start it off with just in practice. Coach Knipe, helps me with my connections with like Aiden setting and passing with Mason and the other guys on the court by putting me in some drills with the first side, rotating in, getting my reps. It helps a lot because tonight it was really smooth and serve receive. When I got subbed in, I wasn't Like looking for guys' help or anything. I was pretty dialed because Mason and Clark and Sky as well were helping a lot with me in serve receive to make sure I was still dialed coming into the match because, I was cold legs coming in. But I'd like to say thanks to like the guys around me. They made me feel right in like nothing was changed, and I felt really good all game. So yeah.
I know you didn't ask me, but I'm going to chime in because I told Nate after, I think it was the second set or maybe into the third set, exactly what he just said is he thinks that we were smooth and everything, but he came in and it was smooth. It was, smooth sailing. I didn't have to worry about a thing. He's confirming with me, on defense block, and he fits right in, right? You've seen him come in the role of, maybe for a rotation or two or whatever, and then maybe not in the next set, that type of thing. But for him to come in and roll all the way through is pretty cool. And for me to not even realize it in the moment or kind of acknowledge it and that fact, I think, is a lot to Nate in general overall because we're playing, and he made it really easy tonight.
For Simon, big night for you tonight, 13-16, hit 8-12. What did you see from the defense that was giving you to feel like you could have an efficient night like that on the offensive side?
Well, first of all, last time I was up here, I was told that I spoke for too long, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit shorter. We worked on honestly changing the offensive routes that we have with the setters for me, and yeah, without getting into details, it worked out really well. We've been trying to do it all week. We've been trying to push it the weeks before that too, and just happy that it works out.
And for the coach, I'd like to know, what do you think was the big difference on the set 3 that helped us to stay at a good distance, like point-wise? Because in the beginning of the set, we were like close in points, and then we...
Yeah, I think that the biggest part was as the set goes on and you realize the matchups you have, because I think what people don't realize is not every matchup's the same because coaches will change where they start. Once you get through a rotation, all 6 rotations, I think you get a feel for it. And I thought our block did a good job. I thought our defense did a good job. But in that set in particular, I thought our servers did a great job of pulling them off the net and letting our blocking defense either block the ball or get a good touch. And we got separation because we went on multiple serving runs in that third set, So I thought at different parts of the game, it was our offense. At different parts, it was our blocking. And there was some decent stretches tonight that it was our serving. And that's what happened in the middle of that third set.
And then also I think it was that third set, if not the fourth set, there was a long rally and you challenged the call knowing that you had one challenge remaining. Or did you know for sure that ball was down, or were you basically just going for it because you had nothing to lose and you were still leading and whatnot?
Absolutely. I knew it was down.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Dane Hillis said it was down 100%, to be honest with you. And our guys are prepped to not lie to me, not call it with their heart. And the guys weren't sure on the court because sometimes you don't get a good view. You certainly don't get a good view sometimes from the bench. But when the guys are standing up, and as I turned, I wasn't going to challenge, and Dane said it is absolutely down. I saw it. So let's roll. Let's roll with his call, because at that point in the fourth set, I'm going to get a challenge back in the fifth set anyway. You get an extra challenge in the fifth, so I wouldn't have been out of challenges. Absolutely. But I want to trust our guys, and if they haven't shown this year at all that they're making calls with their heart. So if they see it, and sometimes they tell me, no, don't challenge it. They have the best view. So to be honest with you, if I've challenged 20 plays this year, probably 15 of them have been verified by the guys before I make the challenge.
Last one for Mason. First of all, congratulations on 800 plus digs. 15 of those came tonight in this game. As Coach mentioned, that Lewis did really well blocking tonight, but you guys had a plus 10 dig differential. What did you kind of see, and what leads you to kind of make that back line of defense so firm and to keep him in that game?
Yeah, you're gonna think this is just the cliche answer and what I'm supposed to say, but truly the block And not just the moves that they make, but also just the simplicity sometimes. And we've been working a lot with that together, and I have to trust them and they have to trust me. But also the touches that they're making. I think however many of the first digs probably came off of touches, good moves that they're making, but I get credited with the dig. And then, we go further into the match and, based off of our game plan or whatever, maybe they're leaving a spot for me. So it's kind of just a game of trust and trust in my read and the guys around me.
To piggyback off of that, Simon, can you talk a little bit about the trust that you have with Mason when you're up there at the net and just your other guys out there? And you guys have been playing together for a long time now. How does that help you guys transition things so seamlessly out there?
I'd say it comes through a lot of practice. Great example is when someone tips over the block and I could maybe reach it. I feel the urge to try to get it over, like just throw it back down. But I need the discipline to just trust in Mason or whoever else is in the back row. So yeah, just a lot of practice and trust at the end of it. I mean, we have a system for that. So yeah.
And Simon, again, you guys were able to catch up in blocks towards the end, but it seemed like Lewis's size also got you guys throughout the match. Was there something that you saw at the net throughout the match that was a little bit different in this match particularly than from other matches as Lewis's size got you?
I don't want to say yes, honestly, because we play different teams with different systems. The tempos are different. The distributions of the attackers are different. Honestly, I couldn't tell you if there's a big difference from set to set or if their style is much different that it makes us block more or less. Good for them if they got a lot of blocks. And yeah, maybe next week we'll get 20 blocks. I don't care.
Thank you, guys.